I'm trying to stand it on edge, stand the quarter on edge, and I can't do it. Well, Tom, just keep trying. But I can't do it. Well, just keep trying, okay? Just keep trying. That's one meaning of the word keep. To continue. Continue. This is mayonnaise. This is a food called mayonnaise. In very small letters it says, keep refrigerated. Keep refrigerated. That means store it in the refrigerator. Keep it cold. Keep refrigerated. That's another meaning of the word keep. These are socks. This is a sock. You wear a sock on your foot. Where do you keep your socks? Where do you keep your socks? You keep them in a drawer. Maybe. You keep them in a drawer. Where do you keep the plates? Where do you keep the plates? I can't find the plates. Oh, I keep them on the shelf. The second shelf, the middle shelf. Tom, where do you keep the apples? The apples are in a bag under the counter. That's where I keep them, under the counter. What's the difference between looking and seeing? That's a very hard thing to understand. If this is Tom and this is the apple, he is looking at the apple. He is looking at the apple, or looking for an apple. He can see the apple. He sees the apple. Looking is active. Seeing is passive. You look for something, then you can see it. I'm looking for my glasses. Tom, did you look under the napkin? Did you look under the napkin? Oh, there they are. I see them. I'm looking for the spot on this apple. I'm looking for the spot. There it is. I see it. There's the spot. Hello, Kasha. Hi, it's Tom from Hugosite. Yeah. Where were you last night? I looked everywhere and I didn't see you. You were in the back? In the back of the theater? I didn't see you. Well, we'll try again another time. Okay. Okay, bye. What's in this box? There's nothing in there. It's empty. It's empty space. This is space. I can try to fill this space with fruit. Now I'm filling up the space. Then you could say, Tom, is there enough space for another lemon? Yeah. Or is there enough room? Is there? Maybe not. Maybe not. There's not enough room for another one. There's not enough space for another lemon. There's not enough room. If you go to the store and after you're finished shopping, you go out to the parking lot, go out the exit, go out the exit to the parking lot. There are things called parking spaces for your car. If you have a little car, you have a lot of room. There's a lot of space between you and the other car. There's a lot of room here. These are called parking spaces in the parking lot. If your friends are going on a trip somewhere, they're going to another city in a car. Say they're going to Boston in a car, and you would like to go with them. You want to invite yourself to go along with them. You could say, is there room for me in the car? Is there room for me, which means you and your stuff? Is there room for me? I'd like to come along. Is there room for me? Is there space? Tom, would you like some cereal? Would you like some cereal for breakfast? Yes, please. How's that? Is that enough? Oh, that's plenty. Thank you. That's plenty. Tom, are you going to the store? Yes, I am. Would you pick up some apples? Okay, fine. Do you have enough money? Let's see. I have a 20. That should be plenty. Is there enough room in the car for me? Can I go with you? Is there enough room? Oh, there's plenty of room. There's plenty. Plenty means a little bit more than enough. There's enough, and then there's plenty, and then there's a lot, and then there's too much. This kind of cereal is called shredded wheat. Tom, what time does the movie start? I don't want to be late. Oh, it doesn't start until 6:30. We have plenty of time. Don't worry, we have plenty of time. Sometime when you go out to a restaurant after you eat your dinner, the waiter or waitress might say, did you leave room for dessert? Is there room for dessert? Dessert is something sweet like a cake or ice cream after a meal. And you could say, oh, there's always room for dessert. Room means, is there enough room in your stomach for more food? Did you leave room for dessert? Yeah, I think we did. If you hurt yourself and you have to go to the doctor, that's a serious matter. That's serious. Or if you lose your job and you don't have money to buy food, that's serious. That's important. It matters to you to have money. It makes a difference. Makes a difference in your life. That's serious. That's important. There's another meaning of the word serious. If you were to say to me, Tom, I learned to speak English in 1 week, I'd say, are you serious? You learned English in a week? That's hard to believe. You're serious? I find that hard to believe. You're not serious. That's called an expression of disbelief. It means you don't think someone is telling the truth. Don't use expressions of disbelief until you know somebody very well, because it's an insult not to believe someone. Okay, that's important. I forgot the most used expression of disbelief is, are you kidding? You don't like pizza? Are you kidding? You must be kidding. You don't like pizza? Are you kidding? Sit down, stand up, walk, run, jump, fall down, get up, keep going. These next lessons will teach you the verb tenses, the present tense, the past tense, the future tense of the verbs you have learned. You should practice them over and over and over again until you don't have to think about them anymore. Just say them again and again and again, and when you are asked a question, you will know the answer. Okay? Let's start in the morning when you wake up. Okay? It's 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock. What are you doing? I'm waking up. I'm getting up. What time did you wake up yesterday? Oh, I woke up at the same time yesterday. I woke up at the same time yesterday. What time will you wake up tomorrow? Oh, I'll probably wake up at the same time tomorrow. It's 6:10 in the morning. What are you doing now? I'm getting up. I'm getting out of bed. Did you get up and get out of bed at the same time yesterday? No, I stayed in bed until 6:30. I was sleepy. I got out of bed at 6:30. Will you get up at the same time tomorrow? Yes, I'll get up at the same time. Or, are you going to get up at 6:30 the day after tomorrow? No, I'm going to sleep late. I won't get up until 7:30 tomorrow. I'm going to get up at 7:30 tomorrow. I'll get up at 7:30. It's a good idea for you to practice English this way. Ask yourself, what am I doing? What am I doing right now? Then say, I am waking up. I was sleeping, but now I am waking up. Or, what am I doing now? I am getting up. I am getting out of bed. I was in bed, but now I am getting out of bed. From now on, we won't practice the ing form of the verbs. They are easy for you to do yourself. For example, what are we doing right now? What are you and I doing right now? Well, I am teaching, ing, teaching English. You are studying English, and you are learning English. What do you do after you get up? Well, I usually go to the bathroom, then I splash some water on my face to help me wake up. How about yesterday morning? What did you do yesterday morning? Did you do the same thing? Yes, I did the same thing. I went to the bathroom, I splashed some water on my face, It helped me to wake up. It helped me to wake up. Will you do the same thing tomorrow? Probably. I'll go to the bathroom and I'll splash some water on my face to help me wake up. What will you do after that? Well, I'll walk to the kitchen. I'll turn on the radio so I can listen to music. Then I'll make some coffee. Same as yesterday? Yes, I walked to the kitchen, I turned on the radio so I could listen to music and made some coffee. Tomorrow I'll probably do the same thing. It's a habit. It's my routine. It's what I usually do every day. Tom, what do you do after you make your coffee? Well, I sit down at the table. I drink 1 or 2 cups of coffee and I read the news. I read the news on my computer, on my PC. Yesterday I did the same thing. I sat down at the table. I drank a few cups of coffee and read the news on my PC. The word read can be pronounced 2 ways. The word read, R-E-A-D. If it's the present tense, it's pronounced read. As in, I'm reading the paper, or could you read me a story, or I know how to read English. When it's in the past, you say read. I read in the paper that The English Student is a good movie. Tomorrow I think I'm going to have tea instead of coffee. Tomorrow I'll read the paper and drink tea. After I read the paper and have some coffee, I eat some breakfast. I have some breakfast. Sometimes I just have a banana. Sometimes I eat a bowl of cereal. Once in a while I'll cook some eggs. And I'll have toast and orange juice and eggs. Yesterday I had a big breakfast. I cooked a few eggs and ate some toast and drank some apple juice. Tomorrow maybe I'll try something new. I don't know. I'll try something new. After I eat something, I get up from the table. I go over to the sink and I wash the dishes. I did the same thing yesterday. After I ate my breakfast, I got up from the table. I went over to the sink and I washed the dishes. Tomorrow maybe I'll just put the dishes in the sink and then I'll wash them later. This is a roll of paper towels called a paper towel. This is one paper towel, one sheet. This is a paper towel. This is water. I'm splashing the water. This part of the paper towel is wet. This part is dry. This is wet. This is dry. After I do the dishes, I start to get ready for work. I get ready for work. I take a shower. I dry myself off with a towel. I dry myself off. I look in the mirror. I shave. I brush my teeth. I comb my hair. Then I go to the bedroom and I look in the closet. I pick out my clothes, the clothes I want to wear, and I get dressed for work. I get dressed. Yesterday I took a shower. Then I dried myself off. I shaved. I brushed my teeth. I combed my hair. Then I went to the bedroom, looked in the closet, picked out my clothes, got dressed, and got ready for work. Tomorrow I'm not going to take a shower. Tomorrow I'm going to take a bath. Tomorrow is a holiday. I'll probably just stay home and do things around the house, do stuff around the house. Clean up, do the dishes, do the laundry, wash the clothes. I'll probably just stay home. This is a door lock. This is outside the house. This is inside the house, inside. This is outside. These are stairs. Stairs. Tom, what do you do next? Well, I leave the house about 7:30. I open the door. I go outside. I close the door. I lock the door. Then I walk down the stairs. I walk to my car. I get in my car and I drive to work. I did the same thing yesterday. I left the house about 7:30. I opened the door, I went outside, I closed the door, and I locked the door. Then I went down the stairs, I walked to my car, I got in my car, and I drove to work. Whew. When I get to my job, I say hello to the other people at work, and I start work at 8. I work until noon, then I have some lunch. I go back to work about 1, and I work until 5. At 5, I say goodbye to my friends at work, and I drive home. Yesterday, when I got to work, I said hello to the other people at work, and I started work at 8. I worked until noon. I had some lunch, went back to work. Then I said goodbye, and I drove home. Tom, do you always go straight home after work? Do you always go straight home? No, I usually call my wife to see if we need anything at the store, to see if I need to pick up anything for dinner. Hi, hon. Hi, it's Tom, yeah. Work was okay. It was okay, nothing new. Are we all set for dinner? Do you want me to pick up anything? you want me to pick up something? Some milk? Just some milk? Okay. All right. I'll see you in about a half hour then. Okay. Bye. Love you. Bye. Then I go to the store. I park the car. I go in the store and I buy some milk. How much does milk cost? Well, it depends. Let's say it costs $3 for a half gallon. I pick up the milk. I go to the checkout line. I pay the cashier $3 for the milk. I leave the store. I go to the parking lot. I go out to the parking lot. I get in my car and I drive home. Yesterday, after work, I called my wife to see if we needed anything at the store before I came home, to see if I needed to pick up something for dinner. She said we needed some milk. So I went to the store. I parked the car. I went in the store and I bought some milk. The milk cost $3 a gallon. I picked up the milk. I went to the checkout line. I paid the cashier $3. I left the store. I went out to the parking lot. I got in my car and I drove home. This is a TV. This is called a TV. You watch TV. You watch it. Watching is like looking at something for a long time. You watch TV. This is changing the channels. I'm changing the channels on the TV. Changing the channels. No, I don't like that one. No, I don't like that one. That one doesn't work. I'm changing the channels when I'm watching TV. Watching TV. This is a radio. I'm listening to music. I'm listening to music and now I'm changing the station. I'm changing the station. Oh, I like that better. I like that music better. I changed the station and now I like it better. I like the music better. Oh, that's pretty. That's beautiful. That's called the Canon in D. The Canon in D by Pachelbel. That's beautiful. When I get home, I say hello to my wife. I give her a kiss. Mwah. I ask her about how her day went. How'd it go? How'd it go today, honey? How was your day? How was your day? Then I relax. I change my clothes. I take off my shoes. I have a snack and something to drink. Yesterday when I got home, I said hello to my wife. Hi, honey, how are you? I gave her a kiss. Mwah. I asked her about her day. How'd it go today? How was your day? How'd it go? Then I relaxed. I changed my clothes. I took off my shoes. I put on some blue jeans, a sweater. I put on my sneakers. And then I had something to drink and had a snack. The word change has a few meanings. You can change your clothes. You can change your mind. Tom, would you like something to drink? Yes. May I have a apple juice, please? Sure. I'll get it. No, wait. I changed my mind. May I have an orange juice, please? Sure. change is also another word for coins. This would be change. A group of coins is called change. Also, when you buy something, if you buy something that costs $1.50 and you give the cashier $2, she'll say, okay, or he'll say, okay, here's your change. 50 cents is your change. Change also means the same amount of money in smaller pieces, smaller bills or coins. If someone says, do you have change for a 5? Do you have change for a 5? You can say, yeah, here you go. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or do you have change for a 1? Sure, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, $1. There's your change. There's change for $1. After I change my clothes, I usually go for a walk to get some exercise. I go for a walk and get some exercise. When I get back home, I turn on the TV and I watch the news on TV. After that, I cook some dinner and I eat around 8 o'clock. I ate dinner around 8 o'clock. Yesterday I did the same thing. I changed my clothes. I went for a walk. I got some exercise. When I got back home, I turned on the TV. I turned on the TV and I watched the news on TV. After that, I cooked dinner and I ate. I ate dinner around 8 o'clock. I ate dinner around 8. I spilled some coffee here. I spilled some coffee on the table, so I'm going to wipe it up. I'm going to wipe it up with a sponge. This is called a sponge. I am wiping up the spill. I am wiping the table. Cleaning the table, I'm wiping it with the sponge. This is a cloth, a dishcloth. You can wipe things up with a dishcloth too. There you go. That's better. After I eat dinner, sometimes I have dessert. Then I do the dishes. I wipe the table and clean up. Then I might study for a little while, or watch a video. By that time, I'm starting to get a little sleepy, so I brush my teeth, put on my pajamas. I put on my pajamas and get into bed. I get into bed. I usually read a book, read something for a little while. Then I turn off the light and I fall asleep. In a few minutes, I fall asleep. Yesterday, after I ate dinner, I had dessert. Then I did the dishes. I wiped the table and I cleaned up the kitchen. Then I studied for a little while. Then I started to get sleepy, so I brushed my teeth, I put on my pajamas, and I got into bed. I read for a little while, then I turned off the light, and I fell asleep. These are things you use to play sports. But before I start, On the last lesson, I spelled the word dessert wrong. After dinner, I have some dessert. I spelled the word desert, which is a different thing. You'll have to look up desert, but I meant to say dessert. D-E-S-S-E-R-T. Two S's. D-E-S-S-E-R-T. Thanks to Simone in the country of Italy. He told me about that mistake. Okay. These are things you use to play sports. This is a soccer ball. Soccer is a sport. This is a tennis ball. Tennis is a sport. This is a lacrosse stick. This is a wicket for croquet. This is a golf ball and a golf club, a 7. It's called a 7-iron. These are all things you use to play sports. Things you use to play sports are sometimes called equipment. Equipment. You need some equipment to play sports. Tom, do you play a sport? Do I play a sport? I do play a sport. I play golf. I love golf. Tom, when was the last time you played golf? Well, I didn't play yesterday. It was too cold. It was too windy. It was too windy. But I played the day before yesterday. I usually play golf a little bit, an hour or two after work. I usually play after work. I love golf. I love to play golf. There are a few meanings to the word leave. Leave, L-E-A-V-E. Have you seen my glasses? Have you seen my glasses? I can't find my glasses. Tom, did you leave them in the car? Did you leave them in the car? No, I looked in the car. Maybe I left them in the store. I used them at the checkout counter. Maybe I left them at the store. I'll ask about them when I go to the store today. Maybe I left them there. That's one meaning of the word leave. To put something somewhere and not pick it up. You left it. Another meaning that you know is to leave, as in leave a message. Hi, this is Tom. Is Allison there? She's not there? Can I leave a message? Yeah. Would you tell her that I'll be a little late? Yeah, I'll be a little late, okay? All right, thank you. Bye-bye. Another meaning of the word leave is as in leave to depart. Tom, what time did you leave to go to work today? What time did you leave? What time did you leave the house? Oh, I left about 7:45. I left the house about 7:45. These flowers are red tulips. Let's talk about the words teach and learn and study. I am teaching English. I am teaching you English. Or I am teaching you how to speak English. I am teaching you how to speak English. I am teaching. I am called a teacher. A teacher. I teach English. I am teaching you English. You are listening to me teach English. Why? Why are you listening to me? Because you are trying to learn English, or you are trying to learn how to speak English. You are trying to learn how to speak English. If what I am teaching is working, if the lessons are working, you can say, I am learning English. I'm not just trying to learn English, I am learning English. Or I am learning how to speak English. I'm learning how to speak English. How do you learn English? How do you learn how to speak English? How do you learn? You have to study. To study means you spend time reading, you listen to lessons on UgoSite, you do some work in order to learn something, you do some work in order to learn a language. You study so you can learn. You study in order to learn. You are a student, a student. You are learning English. If someone says to you in English, if they say to you in English, hi, Allison, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? What are you doing these days? What are you up to? What are you doing these days? You can say, well, I spend a lot of time studying English. I'm trying to learn how to speak English. I've been studying English. If you are in a country where they only speak English, and you are trying to find work, if you're trying to get a job so you can make some money, your employer, your boss might say to you, do you speak English? You can say, yes, I do. I speak English. I speak enough to get along. I speak enough to get along. Which means you can understand people and they can understand you enough to do most things. You can manage. You can get along. Yes, you speak enough English to get along. Do you speak English? Yeah, I can manage. I can get along. I'm still learning. This fruit, this is fruit. These are cherries. Cherries. This is one cherry. Someone might ask you, how long have you been studying English? Been studying means you started in the past, and you're still doing it. You're still studying. You started some time ago and you're still doing it. How long have you been studying English? You could say, oh, I've been studying English a few months. I've been studying a few months. How long have you been studying English? Well, I've been studying for a couple months now. I've been studying for a couple months. Are you learning anything? Are you learning anything? Can you speak English? Well, I'm learning a lot. It's not easy. I think I know enough to get along. I know enough to get along. This is called a pineapple. It's a fruit. These are vegetables. This is a cucumber. This is celery. This is food. Good food.